Hello guys, welcome to our Thursday Premier League rundown. I'm pleased to report that the team is back. There's three of us today.
Yeah.
There's been like 2 weeks where like one is off for one thing, another for another thing, but now we are all back.
That's it. It's great. And I'm so fired up and excited. I've not had a drink since like Tuesday and we're now Thursday because, you know, I love SBR. I love you now. I love the viewers at home. I've been doing all my research and Nigel's all right, isn't he? Nigel's here today. Welcome, Nigel.
You're right, JJ. I can't believe you had a drink on Tuesday. That's too long for you, 2 days.
I haven't had a drink since Tuesday, mate. One day I've totally clean. It's good, isn't it?
I was thinking you're actually looking a bit fresher.
Take small steps, make giant steps.
That's it. But more importantly, I've been doing all the studying. I was up this morning at 5 a.m. on the treadmill, looking at all of the angles and finding the edge. And I'm going to go 10 out of 10 this weekend, take that to the bank and cash it.
5 a.m. this morning on a treadmill.
5 a.m. this morning on the treadmill.
If you're going to lie, you make it believable.
No, it was on the treadmill. 5 a.m. Natalie. Moving on.
All right. Okay, let's kick off our rundown. We've got 10 matches. Hopefully we're going to pick 10 winners each. Not sure if that's going to happen, but we're going to give it our best shot. Going to start with Bournemouth versus Sunderland. Bournemouth 1.65, Sunderland 5.83, draw 4.1. All those odds with Pinnacle. This show is sponsored by Pinnacle. Question is what's the bet? What are you going for?
Well, I mean, Sunderland are just absolute garbage, aren't they? I mean, they're just shocking. I said it to you last week on the show, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, they lose 4-1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right, Nigel? Lost last week, mate?
4-1, mate. Terrible performance.
Yeah, I said they'd put 2 or 3 past them. They're absolutely shocking. Moyes is totally losing the plot up there. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to be out your nut to put money on Sunderland. It's a no-brainer, really. A captain obvious play. Bournemouth at 1.65, mate, isn't it?
It is, JJ, but the thing is 1.65 extremely short, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's not a good bet to have. If you went into the casino or you went into the betting shop over here and you bet 1.65, you're going to walk out feeling a bit ugly about yourself back in Bournemouth to win this game.
Like you need to take a bath or something.
Yeah, but it's not a sexy price. If you was back in 1.9, you think you're laughing all the way to the bank. But 1.65 back in Bournemouth is really something that I couldn't back myself to back Bournemouth for 1.65 against anybody. And Sunderland are that anybody. Sunderland will hit some form at some stage. I know they're awful, but they always do. They always start the seasons badly. I just cannot see David Moyes lasting until Christmas. I think Sam Allardyce will take over. I think he'll do exactly what he's done in the last couple of years at Sunderland, and they will turn it around. They always do this. Whether it's this week, whether it's not this week, they're all over that. They don't want to pay for the manager. And it is a captain obvious, but 1.65 is far too short and far too dirty, too short a price for me to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to interrupt there, Nat. He is right. I mean, I always say don't go below 1.90, but I'm going to have to go against my own sound advice here. 1.65. I think they should be even shorter. I think this Sunderland team is absolute garbage. More importantly, Nat, you're ahead of the leaderboard amongst the three of us. So what are you on? That's what the punters want to know.
I'm with the dirty Bournemouth win. I tell you what, it's not.
There you are.
It's not low enough for me.
I'm going red now, Nat.
I'm going for the Bournemouth win. I would. The other way you could do it is you could play the Bournemouth -1 as well, but I like the Bournemouth win 1.65.
Well, we're on the same page there. There you go. So, Nigel, you're passing, are you?
I'll take my money and then have a bath with my winnings.
There you go. Just one champagne bath. Yeah, exactly. So, Nigel, you're passing then, are you?
He's passing.
Well,
it's not like Nigel. He only plays about one bet a weekend, doesn't he? So
I'm passing on this one, but the thing is, I'll give you one sort of lean. I think Callum Wilson is a very, very, very talented centre forward for Bournemouth. I think he's an exceptional player. I think he's a future England international. He's the kind of bloke, I think, the first goal scorer Callum Wilson will score any time against his leaky Sun defence. I think there's goals in the game, and Callum Wilson will score in this game. That's my lean. But as for the match, I think you're absolutely right, but I just can't.
I think you'll get about 1.35 on that bet, won't you, Nigel?
No, it'll be about 2.5 to score any time, JJ.
I'm only winding you up, mate.
No, but he's a top quality player, this boy. He's in England future. He's an England international.
Too much time on this Bournemouth game, Nat. Come on.
We're going to be here all day. All right. Moving on. Burnley versus Crystal Palace.
Another cracker.
I know what Nigel's got to say about this game because he loves this game, don't you, Nigel? Go on. We'll take it over to you.
I do. I think this is my best bet in the Premier League this weekend. And I think Burnley are absolutely massive at 3.3. I think they are a very, very talented side managed by a very, very underrated manager in Sean Dyche. Defensively, they're strong. They've already beaten Everton at home. They've already beaten Liverpool at home. They beat Hull at home. They only lost 1-0 against Arsenal in a goal that should never have been allowed. How on earth they can be 3.3 at home to beat Crystal Palace? There's nothing between the two sides in the table. Just goal difference separates the two sides.
Well,
Crystal Palace are waffle away from home, very good at home. And I think Burnley, whatever mark you want to get drawn, the draw's a big worry for me. Draw no bet. Burnley at 3.3 is totally and utterly the wrong price. They should be favourites for this game and convincing favourites as well.
So you're taking Burnley as the straight on the outrights. Is that one's going down on your record?
That's price. Absolutely huge price now. They should be 2.45, 2.5 without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, the bookies are going to be loving Nigel pounding that because it's not coming in. These teams are very evenly matched.
They are.
For that reason, what Nigel's scared about is the draw, and his worst fears are going to come true. It's going to be like Halloween all over again because we're going to see a draw. Nigel's absolutely wrong on his play of the weekend. This one's a draw.
Oh, sorry, Nige. I'm going for both teams to score, I have to say. I'm staying well out of the outrights on this one. Both teams to score, 1.95 Ball Sports. I think they've got goals in them both. Yeah. Burnley on the road, they have trouble scoring. 1 goal scored. But at home, it's a different matter. Crystal Palace obviously showed last weekend 2 goals against Liverpool. Both teams to score is my bet. This could be a 1-1 draw, and I'm a little bit nervous of the draw. Obviously, Nige, for your record, you are taking Burnley, but for our viewers, definitely look at a double chance or a draw, no bet, or something like that. That would be my suggestion.
Well, you're top of the board. Women like, men like, figures don't, but more importantly, I'll be top of the leaderboard after this weekend. Let's get into the next one.
Man City versus Middlesbrough. Man City rightful favourites there, 1.24. Come from a cracking Barcelona win, don't they? Bounced back, beat them.
I got destroyed on that. I was on the under on that one.
I was on Barca draw, no bet.
I can't pick my nose this week. There's a bit of a warning. I'm having an absolute disaster.
That'll give our viewers confidence.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just got to all turn around. I'm having a nightmare, mate. I'm on the Man United game now. Nigel's just told me 2-1. But it's all going to turn around. I've been doing my research. Like I told you, and had a pint since Tuesday. So what's happening on this game? You've got to take Man City to get a bit of value. It's still a ridiculously short price, Nigel. I'm taking a minus 1.5, but I'm only getting 1.62, mate. I mean, it's a bit. I can't get my head around that. Can you?
It's my bet as well, mate. Minus 1.5. I don't think people underestimate how big an important win that Barcelona was for this side.
Yeah.
I think that gives them huge confidence to go on to bigger and better things. I think it's a huge confidence boost for Guardiola to beat his former side. And I think this is going to be lambs to the slaughter. I think this could be 4, 5, maybe even 6. I saw Middlesbrough play a couple of weeks ago. They offer very little in an attacking threat. They did okay. But I think Man City will absolutely tear them to pieces. Crankier is obviously a former Real Madrid assistant manager against Barcelona manager. So there's a bit of a history between the two sides, between the two managers. And I think that Man City will absolutely win this in a canter. 3, 4.
I'm surprised you're taking the price of 1.62, but you can't take the dirty Bournemouth win at 1.65.
Well, very contradictory.
I think Bournemouth are Man City. Back in Man City to win by more than 1 goal, and back in Bournemouth to beat Sunderland. I think Man City could win this by 6 or 7.
You should put your money where your mouth is. Bet them Man City -2 and get a bit more odds.
Well, I'll do that as well, but my nap would be minus. That's a lean I've got there.
But this is for your official record.
I win well.
More importantly, I got my eye on Nigel. What is he doing as the actual official play for his record? What are you doing there, Nigel?
Go with you, mate. Minus 1.5, 1.62.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, guys, I actually think I totally agree with you both, but you've actually missed a pretty cool bet here, which goes on my official record, which is Man City half-time, full-time, 1.75 Coral. Back full of confidence from their Barcelona bounce-back victory. They're going to come in here, they're going to show that Middlesbrough at their stadium. Who's boss? Man City half-time, full-time, 1.75. What's wrong with that bet, Nigel? Why did you miss that one?
Well, I missed it because you've got a lot more time in your hand. Jay's on the treadmill, and I'm out walking the dog. So you've absolutely done that right.
That's it. We're very, very professional here down in Costa Rica, Nigel.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the next one then, Nat.
West Ham versus Stoke. West Ham 2.06, Stoke 4, draw 3.52. It's a must-win for West Ham in 17th. Stoke are in 12th. Obviously, West Ham did break their 3-win run with a loss over the weekend, whilst Stoke beat Swansea last weekend, giving them 3 wins in a row. I'd actually personally say that Stoke is in slightly better form. However, it is a no play for me.
Well, you know what I say about passing, but I keep saying every week, so no problem.
Don't make any money doing that, apart from NFL quarterbacks.
That's right. So, what you passed on this, Nigel? I imagine you are.
It's a game I'm going to, JJ. Actually, I'm actually going. I went to this game last year. It was 0-0.
You're like a secret Hammers fan, aren't you?
Well, I've got connections at West Ham, so I go there quite a bit when I'm going to this game.
Well, don't get no punch-ups there, mate. I worry about you, you know?
Well, the thing is about West Ham is they've got so many problems off the field, and they're getting worse and worse and worse. In the news today at the moment, there's been the government are looking at they're £51 million overspending on the government, and they're saying that someone has to pay for it, not the tax man over here. They're also Andy Carroll last night got mugged on the way home from the training ground by 2 guys. And there's a lot of things going on at that club that it's just going from one disaster to another disaster.
And I think as well, the owners are a bit delusional. I was going to say that they are delusionaires, but they are millionaires as well. But they just don't seem to have a clue about the fabric of the club that they're running, do they, Nigel? It's just a bit shocking, mate.
I went there, and I mean, we probably haven't got time to talk about this, but there's nowhere you can't go anywhere near for a drink. You can't go near for a meal. You get yourself into the ground at 1 o'clock. You get absolutely bevied up. Nobody knows where they're going. It's a real sort of. It's not a football place, and I just think he doesn't know.
Yeah, like Brady turned around and said, "You can see Deutsche Bank from your seat." I mean, who's interested in that? I mean, it's unbelievable. This game, I think, would be a very disappointing game. I'm taking the draw. I'm getting 3.52. Very small play there on the draw. I think both teams will be happy with a point.
Well, it was 0-0 last year. Like I said, it was the game that after 5 minutes you knew it was going to be 0-0. I think I'm going to take Stoke plus a half. So it's similarly kind of thing. I think Stoke have got a great chance. Joe Allen is pulling the strings. They're playing really, really well. And Wilfred Bonnet scored 2 on Monday night against his former club Swansea, and I think Wilfred Bonnet could be the difference here. I still can't have West Ham at home, and I think Stoke are very underrated at the moment. They're a top 10 side. They will come good manager. I think Stoke don't get beat this game.
Yeah, okay. Well, my lean, I've got a lean. I don't have an official play. Is Stoke and the draw, so you get the double chance there. 1.83, not bad to play 2 of the 3 outcomes. I love that bet. But anyway, that's a lean though. Because I'm a little bit nervous. Sometimes West Ham do bring it out. But moving on.
Yeah, as I say, we're going on. So very good game. My boys are playing in the next game, aren't they?
You announced then the next game.
Get a bit nervous, Natalie. You put me on the spot here. The next game we're doing is Chelsea versus Everton at Stamford Bridge. And I believe, a bit of a warning, I'm a true Evertonian. I wouldn't go and watch another team like Nigel does, who's an Arsenal fan and watches West Ham every week. As a true Evertonian, I have to take Everton. I think I'm getting whopping value at 6.3. I believe Everton can go there and nick a win by 1 goal.
The only thing is, it's a must-win for Chelsea, isn't it? They're 1 point away from first place, the home advantage. I think they're going to.
Guys, they've been on a bit of a mission, haven't they?
But I can see why you're taking them. I wouldn't advise our viewers to take them, though. I think you've got a bit of heart going in there rather than using your head.
I'm going in it. It's 6.3. I'm having a lean as well. I reckon Lukaku will get a goal there as well when he goes back to Chelsea. What do you reckon of that, Nigel? Everton win and Lukaku to score.
Funny you say that. You said about me going. I went to this game last season as well. It was 3-3. Everton were 3-1 up with about 2 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go, and Chelsea scored 2 very late goals. And it was at the time where Chelsea under Mourinho were under huge pressure. Everton were brilliant that day. For me, I think it's a very hard game to call. I like Chelsea to win the Premier League. I think Antonio Conte.
You change your mind every week.
Yeah,
the other week it was Liverpool.
Listen.
We did a whole video on that, Nigel. You said Liverpool.
If I took Liverpool at 8.0 2 weeks ago, I backed Chelsea at 5 point. I'm creating a book here. I think Chelsea are going about their business really well. They haven't conceded in the last 4 Premier League games. They're scoring goals. I think they're going to be very, very tough nut to crack. I wouldn't have a bet, but nothing would surprise me in this game. But I think Chelsea are really. He's got Hazard playing well. He's got Costa playing well. and they're going to be a major force this season.
And I did say last week now on this show, didn't I, which I did call correctly, like I often do, that Chelsea will win last week, didn't I? I said if they're going to play like a team like Southampton and they want to win the Premier League, they have to win these games. And I suppose, really, they want to win the Premier League. It's a must-win game as well against Everton, isn't it? Yeah. But I think they're going to underestimate Everton. I mean, Everton's a very, very strong team. We're firing on all cylinders when we get going. And we like the big games, and we're going to go Stamford Bridge. We like going there, the Evertonians, and we're going to get a little win there by about one. We're going to nick it by about 1 goal.
Yeah, well, I'm on Chelsea's side, to be honest with you. I'm doing Chelsea and the over 1.5 goals. You get that 1.85. Like you said, Nigel, Chelsea scoring machines. They've scored the most goals there at home, 13 in total. They've conceded just 3. I think it's going to be hard for Everton. Not that I underestimate them. But I think Everton have been a little bit more hit or miss this season. Started strong, had a dip in the middle. They sort of seem to bounce back, but then fall on their feet again. I'm going for Chelsea in the over 1.5 goals. What do you think about that, Nigel?
I think it could be a runner. I think Chelsea will score. I don't think Everton will score. But for me, I'm not getting involved.
Talking a lot of nonsense there, Nigel. Huh?
Never mind.
Don't worry. The figures will be it'll be proven correct next week when I'm doing the victory dance.
Don't threaten us.
Yep. I've been threatening you with that victory dance all year, haven't I?
No, it still hasn't happened.
It's not materialised, has it?
No. Well, you were going to go 10 out of 10 last week. That's when you're going to do the real victory dance.
Well, there was a bit of I got my figures a little bit wrong last week, but this week, like I told you, I was on the treadmill. Kind of that. Let's get the next game going.
All right, next is the London derby there. Arsenal versus Tottenham. Go on, read us the outrights from your sheet.
Well, we got here, here we are. Look, I got it all highlighted because I'm a total... Natalie does this for me before I come in. So great, isn't it? So we've got Arsenal 1.98, Tottenham 4.20, which I'm taking, by the way, and the draw 3.61. Who do you like, Captain Obvious?
Well, JJ, last night, when Tottenham were getting beaten at home by Bayer Leverkusen, you could back Arsenal at 2.14. And I took a bit of that 2.14 because Tottenham are awful. Now, 1.98, I think it's an overreaction. I think they've got too short. I think Arsenal are playing well. They do seem to always beat Tottenham, or they draw. They never get beaten by Tottenham. I don't think they've lost once in the last 7 years at home in the Emirates. But Tottenham are the only undefeated side in the Premier League, and they're 4.4, which is a very, very big price.
Yeah.
I'm going against the norm here. I'm swimming against the tide. Not in terms of the match. I don't think there are going to be many goals in this game. I know Arsenal are scoring lots of goals at the moment, but they're playing a lot of weak sides. Mm-hmm. Tottenham are defensively the best team in the Premier League. Pochettino will have a reaction from that very, very poor performance in midweek. And I think under 2.5 goals is the way to go here. I think Arsenal at 2.14 last night for a bet. At 1.98, I think they're too short. I think the price is in between. I wouldn't have a bet on it, but it wouldn't surprise me if Tottenham come here and nicked it 1-0. But I'm going to go for under 2.5 goals.
Yeah. But listen, you say obviously that Tottenham are unbeaten in 6 matches, but they haven't won. They haven't won a match in 6. I think that's why I'm surprised you're going to go for the Tottenham.
What's your tip, superstar?
Mine's actually a no bet.
Short on that. 1.9. You got to remember this is a derby game. That is.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only thing is you're definitely going against the grain because there's usually plenty of goals. I have a no bet, but my leans, because I at least like to give a lean when I do a no bet. My leans are the Arsenal win and both teams to score. Both teams to score bet. There's a thing about 1.7, but there as a lean doesn't go on my official record.
And Nigel, we get a lot of viewers around the world. They've not been lucky enough to go to the North London derby. You being an Arsenal fan, what is the atmosphere in like? What is it like when you're there?
Well, I mean, it's an incredible game. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be a few of them. It's better to be an away fan than a home fan. It's better to go to as an Arsenal fan at White Hart Lane or a Tottenham fan at Arsenal. It's like any derby game. The first 25, 30 minutes are ferocious affairs. This game usually produces goals. But I think both these sides have got so much important things to come with the Champions League. I mean, Tottenham are really in a bigger Champions League battle. And the worry for me for Tottenham is Harry Kane. They haven't been the same side without Harry Kane. They haven't scored the goals without Harry Kane. And I think it's far too big a game to throw him into this match. They're saying he might play. I can't see them risking Harry Kane with so much at stake. And I think Pochettino would be absolutely delighted to come away with a 0-0 draw. And I know what Arsenal are like. When teams frustrate them, they become frustrated themselves. Yeah. When teams attack Arsenal, they can tear them to pieces. And I think they might find this frustrating, and that's why I'm going for unders. I think Tottenham come with a game plan not to lose. And I think Arsenal may grind them down. It wouldn't surprise me this to be seen very, very tight.
All right. So Nigel's going for the under 2.5 goals. You're going for Tottenham.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Hull versus Southampton. I have to say, I think there is one bet to take in this match, and that is Saints to win. Hull 5.39, sorry, Southampton 1.75, and then the draw 3.78. Hull are in incredibly poor form, back to back losses. Saints to win, Southampton. I think it's a fantastic price.
I'll keep it very quick, my son. I'm just with you on that now.
There you go. One bet.
I
What
think
about
they
you,
will win
Nigel?
Southampton.
Are you on the Saints train?
I bet he's passing.
No, I'm not passing, Jay. I'm not going to go for the match. I think Southampton will win, but I think it's a bit captain obvious. They're playing a big match tonight against Inter Milan, which is a huge game for them. The same players will feature in that game as this game. It's a long trip, probably a very longest trip geographically from Southampton to Hull. I'm just going to go under 2.5 goals. Southampton games this season.
They'll be able to fly that in about 50 minutes on the plane, mate.
50 minutes on the plane. Then you've got to drive. Where'd you go to Hull at the airport? You go to Manchester and drive another 2 hours. It's a long drive.
That's not too bad. We'll have a little key.
I don't mind Hull.
Sing some songs.
It's all right up Hull. The girls
Wheels
are
on
very
the bus.
friendly as well when I'm up there. I love it. Yeah. Right. Next one.
Liverpool
Under
versus
2.5 goals.
under 2.5 goals. Okay, under 2.5 goals, and then Saints win. There you go. Take the money to the bank. Cash it. All right, Liverpool versus Watford. Liverpool 1.29, Watford 11.6, draw 6.16. Liverpool, great form. Haven't lost a match in 11. Must win, though, for them for top spot there. They've got the home advantage. I think that this is a tough match, though. I don't think it's very much value. This is a no bet for me, I'm afraid.
Well, there's loads of value, because I'll tell you what's happening here. Watford's winning. And I'm getting, what am I getting? 11.6?
Why are Watford winning? Liverpool are undefeated at home. Why are you going for Watford
because
to win?
I'm not a pundit. Just don't get confused. It's not a pundit show. This is a gambling show. And as a professional gambler and a person who sells my tips, I just looking for value everywhere I can. And it's got to be worth 1 unit for me to put on Watford, who are a team that could beat Liverpool on their day if Liverpool are having a bad day. What do you reckon of that, Nigel?
Yeah, I think it's a good price, but one word of caution: if you are going to back Watford, make sure you do it right on kickoff, because all the Asian syndicates just think Liverpool are the best.
Yeah,
they get backed off the boards, and they get on the Asian handicap goes to 2 goals, 2.5 goals, and silly prices every time Liverpool play. So if you're getting 12 now, you'll probably get 15, 16 come kickoff time, because every single time Liverpool play, they go off stupid prices, and they will get their fingers burnt sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. It's like whenever I slag Liverpool off, I get like death threats and everything. I mean, they're absolutely passionate, and they're always they're probably the biggest public team when I was on the trading floor that you could possibly get. Bigger than Manchester United, Arsenal, and totally right. It's going to steam in, and over there, they seem to like their very, very short prices. They're all playing for like guaranteed wins. You, Nigel, know there's no such thing as a guaranteed win. So as a bookie, I'd be love taking that action, and I've got to go the other way and take that at 11. I mean, just have to from a gambling investment perspective.
Well, if you win that, you'll probably be top of the board.
Yeah, and I got a few in there. I've got good strategies. See, it's all it's all going to click into play. I told you I'm the best Premier League handicapper in the world, and that will be proven by the end of the season. So take that one to the bank, my friends. Watford win, and listen to my very intelligent friend there, Nigel. It's the last minute, because you might get 14-15.
All right, nice.
I'm going to go for both teams. I'm going to go both teams to score on that. I think Liverpool concede every time they play. They defensively, they were terrible against Crystal Palace. They conceded 2 goals in that game. They always give people a chance. That's why I think Liverpool are always a bet to oppose on the Asian handicap, because they always concede 1 or 2 every single game they play. So
Palace really had them, didn't they? Really?
Tough the bet. So Palace, the market always goes with Liverpool. The public over here love them. Public in the world love Klopp. They always decide they're underpriced. I can see where JJ's coming from, but I'm going to sit on the fence a little bit. I'm going to go for both teams to score, but I wouldn't rule out what JJ's saying. They have won there. I think Watford have won twice in the last 10 years at Anfield. So if you're playing the maths, you've got a good bet.
Yeah. I'm on my lean is Liverpool in the over 2.5 goals, 1.8. It's a lean. Okay. I think we're going to see goals, but I do think the Reds will prevail and win. But I hope for your sake that Watford do win, because that would be really cool if you won one of your really big bets.
Well, I do win him. We've had it with
you haven't
in
not
the Copa
this size
America.
of ones, though. You haven't
We've
yet.
had it in the Euros. I called that. Then I mean, it's all there documented for everyone to see. I mean, of course you're going to hit him. It's a numbers game. So the next one as well. Go on, Nat. Who we got now?
Go on.
We got your boys, haven't we?
Go on, but you're here. You can take over the reins sometimes. Go on.
You tell me what's going wrong with Manchester United at the moment, Natalie.
Oh God, do you think I don't know, do I? Is it like, they lost today, didn't they, against Fenerbahce? It was almost going to be a 2-0 loss, except Wayne Rooney stepped in right at the end. But Nigel, that screwed up a bet of yours, didn't you? You were telling us that story. How much were you in to wait before Rooney scored that goal?
About 20p.
I didn't like Rooney the best of times, but I backed Fenerbahce to win 2-0, and I tipped them to win 2-0. So that was another good game. But I think Manchester United at the moment, I don't think he knows his best team. I don't think he knows where to play the right players. I think Rooney is a player that he's not playing, but probably he should be playing at this. It's quite funny that everyone over in the country said Rooney wasn't good enough, including myself. And since they took him out of the side, they haven't won a game. Marcus Rashford is a young man with huge weight on his young shoulders, and it isn't working. They're crying out for a forward. Ibrahimovic, after 10 games in the Premier League, looks absolutely shattered. And I think the problem is Mourinho really doesn't have a clue what his best 11 is. And that's the big problem. I mean, they'll come good because he's a good manager and they will spend again. But they've got to get back to winning. This is an absolute must game for Manchester United. Yeah.
I think they can do it. They've got to do it.
Yeah.
Swans are in such bad condition right now.
They're shocking, aren't they? And, Mourinho is a good manager, good person. I've met him a couple of times, a great guy. He donated his Hublé watch the other day for charity and that. So that's a side note. But more importantly, he's got to go there and he's got to get a bit of a statement win. He's got to get the boys fired up. He's got a lot of class in that team. United always travel well. They'll be singing all game, the away fans there. And they're just going to go there. I believe, sincerely, they put 2 or 3 past this very, very poor Swansea team. The American manager at Swansea doesn't know his best team ever. And I believe I'm taking Manchester United -1. I think this is an amazing price because, again, you get a lot of public money on United, but I'm still getting 2.1, and I think that's a tremendous price. I'd actually go as far as saying, I'll put it on camera here, that is my play of the weekend, Manchester United -1 goal.
There you go, Nigel. What have you got for this match?
I'm not getting involved in it. If I was leaning towards it, I would probably go the other way. I think Swansea are hard. We've spoken about them when they played tough sides.
Put it on your record, Nigel. Come on, let's go heads up.
Go on, then. I'll go Swansea +1 then.
There you go.
There you go, Nigel.
Put it on my record. I'll go Swansea against. Give the good guy against the bad guy. I see who gets on.
That one's okay.
Who's the good and who's the bad though between you two?
Well, this is going to be a win for the good guy.
Who you want?
I don't know. It's tough actually. Talk about splitting heads between the bad and the bad and the ugly.
As long as I make money, I don't worry about it.
All right. It's a no bet for me, though. I have to say, I don't like to touch Manchester United bet. And every time I do, I lose. So every time I think, do you know what? I really feel this one.
They're winning this about 3 or 4-0. Don't worry about it.
It's not a bad price, though, Manchester United, the 1.64 there.
I just lost it there a little bit.
All right. And then I do have a lean, though, because I always promise a lean if I'm going to not do a bet.
Yeah.
Under 2.5 goals.
That's not going to happen. They're going to put 3 or 4 past them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Going to hammer them.
All right. Moving on, last match of our rundown show today, Leicester versus West Brom. I have to say, really like the straight Leicester win there, 1.73. Probably a captain obvious play, but the captain obvious plays do come in. They're undefeated at home, is our Leicester. Yeah. Straight Leicester win.
And you are top of the board, aren't you? So I can't really say nothing. Wait till I become top of the board, then we'll really see what it's all about.
Oh, God. I bet you're, what's that saying? I'm a bad loser, but an even worse winner.
Show me a good loser, and I'll still show you a loser. I don't like losing. I like winning. And I'll tell you who also likes winning. West Brom's going to win. I'm getting 5.76. I'm fired up.
Drops the mic.
Fired up.
Or in this case, clipboard.
Throwing the clipboard around here, mate. It's all kicking off here at SBR in Costa Rica. Fired up.
I actually agree with JJ.
What? Have you guys had like a pact this week? You're both very nice to each other. It's because you haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks.
Well, I wasn't very nice at the start of the video with him, was I?
Weren't you?
I loved everyone. I said Nigel was all right. But, he's coming up with a few good ones today.
He's making sense to you this week.
A little bit of sense. He's getting there, But, I don't know. I'm fired up. Love it.
So go on. Why do you agree? Are you actually going to take the West Brom win, Nigel?
I'm going to back them plus a half. I think they've got a great chance. They've got a brilliant record in this fixture. I think they've lost once in the last 7 years. Tony Pulis is a manager that always gets good results against teams where you don't expect them to get results. I think the last time that Leicester beat West Brom at home was back in 1994, JJ. A song that you probably won't remember, but I certainly was. D. Ream, Things Can Only Get Better, was number one in the charts.
I'm not as old as Nigel, so I wouldn't know about things like that.
No, you do know this song.
I mean, I got well with the millennials and the old people, but I wouldn't be able to remember that.
How old are you, mate?
We're not worried about that. I'm a lot younger than you.
Oh, not this one.
Anyway, I just think, regardless what was number one or whatever, but I think West Brom offers some value. I think Tony Pulis is a very, very good manager to get results in places like this, and I think he gets his side up, and I think he gets at least a draw. I'm going West Brom plus a half.
Yeah, love it.
Do you know?
Little play there, Nige.
Nige is a DJ in his spare time, aren't you, Nige?
Mr. DJ, Nigel Seeley on the Wheels of Steel, yeah.
There we go, Wheels of Steel.
God.
And do you know what else Nigel does? I found this out recently, maybe. You do you do singing imitations of artists, and so he can sing like in their voice.
Well, when I go 10 out of 10 this week, I'll decide what imitation you do, Nige. Is that a bet?
As long as it's not Barry White, I'm okay.
All right, mate. Okay. So that's it.
Just make him do it anyway next week.
All jokes aside, I got to get something out. You know, I'm on the old Twitter.
Oh, please don't get something out, JJ. Please don't go there.
I'm about to go there.
Don't do this. It's at the end of the show, really?
No, this is very, very important.
Okay.
I'm on the old message groups on Twitter, and it's very, very important for you at home to make sure that you play with a Sportsbook Review accredited book. Because I was on the message group the other day, and one of my mates lost 10 grand to a bookie that wasn't an SBR book. And I get messages all the time on the Twitter saying, JJ, where do I gamble? What do I do? I say, go sportsbookreview.com, find the book that works for you, because it's all accredited. I might even get myself on the old forums here as well now and that, getting fired up about it. I love it.
All right, so that is...
Very important.
That is the end of
Very important.
What are you doing?
Dropping the paper.
Oh, God.
Okay. That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next Thursday. We'll give a rundown for the following Premier League weekend. Best of luck with your bets. If you guys are going for anything, let us know in the comment section below this video. Nigel.
No trolling.
No trolling. Nigel, JJ, a pleasure as always.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, my friend Nigel. You be safe there, my friend, at the Hammers game.
Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Nat. See you all next week. Have a good week.
Take care, mate.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.